I wanted to put together a quick video saying the 3 reasons why I think the national dealer should vote for Atlantic City to be the 2026 site for the national. I'm recording this on Sunday of National Weekend, and I believe we'll hear the locations announced in the very near future. So I wanted to put this video out there of why I think the dealers should vote for Atlantic City again for 2026. So this is 2023, and the Rosemont National just wrapped up. 2024, the National will be in Cleveland, Ohio. And then in 2025, the National will be back at Rosemont. This weekend, the dealers are going to vote on where the location of the 2026 National will be held. So, full disclosure, I've never been to a National. I don't really think that I have a huge desire to go to one. I'm more of a small to medium size card show guy. But yeah, so take that with a grain of salt. I'm just trying to look at this through an objective lens and put forward 3 ideas, my 3 reasons why I think they should do it. And I think this might be unpopular, but that's fine. I wanted to highlight this tweet from Sports Collectors Daily. This was where I first saw that the AC convention officials offered to cover $1,000 of the dealer's booth cost as part of the pitch to land the 2026 National. I think that's substantial. I think $1,000 is a good reason to consider it. The cost for these dealers to travel is, it's not cheap. I'm sure the cost of the tables are not cheap. If you know how much a table costs at the National, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. I've heard some rumors, but I'm not going to speculate. But I do know it is a substantial cost to get a table. If you know any facts about that, please feel free to share it. But I think $1,000, if a dealer has $1,000 break, then they could probably be a little bit freer with, making wheeling and dealing, and consumers could ultimately end up getting some better deals on things. So I think that could be a win-win for dealers and for consumers and hobbyists that are there shopping the show. So I'm all for that. The second reason I think is just geographic diversity. If we go as a hobby, Rosemont, Cleveland, Rosemont, and then back to Rosemont, which seems to be the conventional wisdom that it would be back to Rosemont in 2026, I think there's a risk that it could grow stale. If you do the same thing again repeatedly, it could become, could lose some of its sizzle, could lose some of its appeal. I could be way out wrong on that, but I hearken it to, if you go on vacation to the same place every year, there's some people that really enjoy that. There's other people that want to go different places. If you only have one trip a year that you're able to take and you go to the same place year in, year out, it might get boring halfway through that trip. Maybe not, but that's my perspective. I think, for hobbyists and consumers that are going to go shop the show, I think having some, having it away from Rosemont in 2026 would be a good thing. The other alternative is Atlanta. I think Atlanta, I've only been to Atlanta a couple times, and Atlanta in July sounds like it would be really hot to me. I don't know what else, how else to square that peg. So Atlantic City, the last reason that I'm going to give is, I hear a lot of people saying that there's an East Coast, Midwest contingent of dealers. And so if there's dealers on the East Coast, having an East Coast National, and I know there is an East Coast National, but I'm talking about specifically for the 2026 National. Having an East Coast presence seems like it would be a good idea. 4 straight nationals in the Midwest, that sounds too much. Honestly, a summer national in the South or Southwest sounds like it would be miserable to me. I think, that there's large shows that happen in Texas and large shows, larger shows other places. But as someone who lives in New York, I would not want to go down south in the end of July. But that's me. So love to hear your thoughts. Do you think that the Atlantic City should even have the opportunity to win here? Do you think this $1,000 is worth it? Where would you like to see it go? So hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one.